Pittston, Pennsylvania, a video postcard. Brought to you by the Fidelity Deposit and Discount Bank. Building trust, building value, and building relationships with our customers since 1903. The Fidelity has 11 regional offices to serve you. Visit us online at www.the-fidelity.com. And by the Pittston Tomato Festival Committee. Nestled between mountain ranges, graced by the longest river east of the Mississippi flowing gently at its western side, Pittston City, Pennsylvania has been home for thousands over 3 centuries. Home for Italians, Germans, Irish, English, Polish, Lithuanian, and other ethnic groups who all have a love of Pittston, its traditions, and history. Geographically, Pittston has enjoyed a unique location throughout the history of Wyoming Valley. Just below the junction of the Lackawanna and Susquehanna rivers, Pittston becomes the gateway to the greater Wyoming Valley area. White settlers first arrived here in 1769. The area was called Pittstown and then Pittston after the illustrious British member of the House of Commons and defender of colonial American interests, William Pitt. Originally, Pittston was one of the 5 townships laid out by the Susquehanna Company. It extended from the boundary of the city of Wilkes-Barre to the Providence section of Scranton. In 1790, there were 65 taxable residents living in Pittston. The 19th century saw milling operations and then mining with the production and marketing of anthracite coal. By the turn of the 20th century, Pittston, like many other areas of northeastern Pennsylvania, was booming. Retail operations flourished, transportation was developing, and Pittston was the place to be. Blessed with a great natural location and a wealth of recent immigrants reaching for the American dream, Pittston developed to full maturity in the 20th century. We had all the creature comforts of modern cities, many times our size. We came and went on ribbons of steel from our own impressive train station. Once a hub of activity, it was finally demolished in the last half of the 20th century. Family businesses, the heart of America's economy, flourished on Main Street and nearby areas. Bantel's paint store started in 1946 and supported 4 brothers and their families. A.S. Power's Sons Plumbing and Heating Supply began operations in 1892. No weekend was complete without a double feature and a bag of popcorn at the American, Roman, Dreamland, or Broad Street theaters, our hometown monuments to the movies. Banking was also big business as the town flourished and grew. At one time, there were no fewer than 5 banks in downtown Pittston. Our religious life was well cared for as well. The traditions range from Roman and Byzantine Catholic to Baptist, Presbyterian, Lutheran, full gospel, non-denominational, and Methodist traditions, all working side by side for spiritual development of parishioners as well as the development of our city. It was in 1894 that the borough of Pittston petitioned the state for and received status as a city. As the 20th century was unfolding, Pittston was finding its place in the life of northeastern Pennsylvania. After all, we were now the hub of business and commerce that served more than 20,000 people south of Scranton and north of Wilkes-Barre. Public and parochial educational systems were developing, along with transportation, entertainment, and commerce. Pittston continued its expansion and development through much of the 20th century, thanks to anthracite coal and a ready workforce to mine it. What had begun in the 1830s as a new enterprise of mining the Black Rock saw more than a century of prosperity. It was constant work for a workforce that labored hard. They are remembered in this statue to coal miners with these lasting words. This monument, erected in commemoration of the American Bicentennial, is dedicated to the coal miner of Greater Pittston in appreciation for his unselfish sacrifice of labor beneath the earth for the promise of a better future for generations to follow. We owe him much. Pittstonians have always been unselfish in their sacrifices. Countless veterans and casualties of World Wars I, II, Korea, Vietnam, and the Gulf Wars of the 20th century stand in silent testimony to their ultimate selflessness. And as a community, we are proud to remember them in another proud tradition, our annual Columbus Day celebration, a time to celebrate the heritage and legacy of Christopher Columbus and those who have led the way to help keep America free. Throughout the years, our firefighters have given of their time and even their lives in the protection of our community. This memorial tribute was built to honor John Lombardo and Leonard Insulaco, who lost their lives on March 15, 1993, battling a fire in downtown Pittston. Pittston's Millennium Clock symbolizes the city's respect for its rich past and its dedication to its bright future. Thanks to the untiring efforts of Downtown Tomorrow, the Pittston Revitalization Team, funds were raised to complete community projects including seasonal banners for the poles along Main Street, fresh flower hanging baskets, welcome to Pittston City signs donated by Insulaco Development Group, new street signs with tomatoes on them, and our magnificent 17-foot four-sided Millennium Clock, which was dedicated on April 30th, 2000, with several hundred citizens, project financial supporters, elected officials, committee members, and others. The clock stands as a constant reminder of our ability to rejuvenate our downtown and look expectantly towards our future. Pete Danchek serves as president of the Greater Pittston Chamber of Commerce, and he's got 1,001 reasons why Pittston makes sense for anyone thinking of relocating here.
I would say the people. We have an incredible, hardworking class of people that are very intelligent, educated, and they really love the area. I would say it would be the people. Downtown Pittston has been revitalized. When you look at downtown Pittston, you see an area that is bursting with activity. You see new storefronts opening up. You see a new bank that recently opened up, locally owned, community owned and operated, and you see businesses moving in versus on the East Coast and in the region here, downtowns have become vacant, and the opposite is happening in the Pittston area. When you look at Pittston, you consider looking to the Greater Pittston, downtown Pittston area, what you see is one location. We are centrally located between Wilkes-Barre and Scranton. We have a great network of roads leading to downtown Pittston, and as you operate your business, whether it's regionally here in the greater northeastern Pennsylvania area, or if you're looking to New York City, Philadelphia, Harrisburg, it's all a 2-hour drive, Baltimore's 3.5, and Boston's a 4-hour drive. So when you look at whether it's a warehouse, an office complex, we have the airport, which is just 5 minutes away, which you could fly to all the major international airports on the East Coast. So from a location standpoint, Pittston is centrally located. When you look at our taxes, we have very low taxes compared to our neighbors, both north and south here. So from a business standpoint, when you look at the school tax, the local tax, it's very advantageous to locate your business in Pittston. When you look at the quality of the workforce, it's second to none. The people in Pittston love being in Pittston, raising their family in the Pittston area, and working in downtown Pittston. So when I look at why I would move here, I look at my location, I look at are the people that are working here, I look at the tax base, and also our schools. Our schools are fantastic. So it's just a great place to work, raise a family, and also recreation. The Tomato Festival to this area is a statement of pride in the area. When you come to the festival, you see your neighbors, you see the pride in the region, and you see people willing to give back to the greater Pittston area. It's volunteers working to improve the community, and you see people from all over northeastern Pennsylvania, getting a photograph of the greater Pittston area at its very best. So when you think of the Tomato Festival, you really think of pride in the area, and you see people that not just talk about it, but actually go out and support the area by a statement of being there and volunteering their time. In 15 years, I think Pittston will be the center of northeastern Pennsylvania, and the reason I believe it's going to be the center of northeastern Pennsylvania is because their approach to doing business with all the proprietorships that are located on Main Street is non-political. It's a statement that we want this to be the very best downtown area there is. That means that they put politics aside and businesses could grow and prosper with reasonable tax base, very good employees, good school system, and just a very nice place to live. So I see Pittston being the center of activity in northeastern Pennsylvania. Come to Pittston, the tomato capital of the world.
Pittston is like cities throughout the heartland of America. Pride and patriotism make up the fabric of our community's life. A decades-old dream came to fruition in August 2001 when our brand new Pittston City Library opened amid a bursting amount of pride for what we as a community were able to accomplish. Thanks to the tireless efforts of an army of volunteers, our magnificent new state-of-the-art public library that will serve area residents for the rest of this century and beyond was dedicated on August 25th.
Then we are inviting you in to come and tour the library. Refreshments will be in the tent. Take your time, relish the day, and it's been a pleasure. We thank you all for coming. God bless you.
I didn't notice that.
We have given us, the people of Pittston, a gift, and we leave a legacy to our children. And with that legacy was the dream that if you dream and you work hard, anything is possible. So thank you very, very much.
It all began in 1984 when a group of residents and community leaders thought Pittston was worthy of hosting America's biggest salute to the bright brown love apples. And what started nearly 2 decades ago amid humble origins has grown to today's incredible tribute to the edible summer delicacy that draws tens of thousands to Greater Pittston the latter part of August each year. This isn't just a salute to the savory tomato. Activities range from national caliber entertainment to our 5K race and the Queen's Scholarship Pageant. Join us now for a second look at the Pittston Tomato Festival. It's families, food, and fun. The essence of what has kept Pittston vibrant and alive as we go into our 3rd century. Look closely, because we're sure you'll see someone you know, maybe even yourself.
As we look around in the new millennium, we see our festival is also on new grounds. For myself, the mayor, and the committee, we wish everyone a happy 4 days of fun, food, games, and most important, friendship.
The Little Miss and Little Mr. Tomato contest gives the youngsters of the community a chance to be crowned as the royalty of Pittston's Tomato Festival. Food abounds, and it's all so good. Entertainment came in many forms during the 2001 festival. We're proud of the musical diversity that keeps attracting larger crowds to each year's festival. Nothing is as American as a parade, and our Tomato Festival parade is enjoyed by more than 30,000 and still growing each year. Find a great seat along the curb, sit back, and watch now as the 2001 parade with Mr. Mike Marenka as Parade Grand Marshal passes by in an encore performance. Bet you'll see someone you know. Look now through the lens of Pittston photographer Steve Lucasi and relive the fun of the world's largest tomato festival. Pittston, a city planted in the 18th century, growing strong in the 21st century. A city of proud people, cherished traditions, and varied backgrounds, all along a beautiful riverfront setting that makes it the northern gateway to Wyoming Valley. A great place to live, a place of optimism for future businesses, and a city dedicated to quality of life for its residents. Pittston, Pennsylvania. You're gonna love it here.